Alright, let's get started on the outdoor kitchen build. A rebuild, or whatever you want to call it. Now, if you watched the videos before, you know I took down the fire pit from the opposite side of the thing here because it was too close to the house. Now this is what I come up with. Now this is the fire ring. It's that old fan. Watch videos back and you'll see it, that Master Sergeant found. Now we took this down to the woods, hauled it in the truck and all that, and I'm telling you, it's too much to try to haul around like that. So I'm gonna set it up here in the yard and use it here. And just stacked up some old blocks, and so we'll see that in action tonight. We gotta build a fire, and the kids want to roast marshmallows and s'mores and hot dogs and whatever. But heat index right now is way over 100, 106, 107. So right now I'm not worried about no fire. But we'll do it after a while. Now let's get back to what everybody wants to see. Back to the smokehouse. Okay. As far as the outdoor kitchen, there's the stove grill, there's the big grill, the sink, which may or may not stay there, I don't know yet. But got to get this smokehouse done. Now if you remember, it opens from this side. Okay. Now I had a viewer, and I'm sorry I forgot your name, said I should swap the hinges and make it open from the other side, which makes a lot of sense. But you cannot swap the hinges on these, not on this one. So I've got some hinges. I'm going to mount them over here, and we'll take the side grinder and cut this side loose, because I cannot find any kind of screws or anything in there. So that way it'll open from this way out. So I'm gonna get started on that. This will probably run a couple of days, just because it's just so hot out here. And then we'll start putting the racks in. I've got all the racks. Got some more down there. And we'll do all that here in the next day or two. And then I'll, once I get caught up on my payments and all that kind of stuff from the knife shop, I'll go get some paint, and we'll paint this thing. Alright, be back in a minute. Alright folks, this is all I'm going to get done today. So I got the hinges mounted. Got me a latch fixed up here. Now the door opens from that way, to make it much easier to get stuff in and out, to see in there and everything else. Alright, like I said earlier, the heat index out here is well over 100. And I am done for today. Got to go in and shower off and get on some dry clothes. We'll pick this up tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Well, good morning. It's a new morning. I had a heat stroke yesterday, so I had to quit and go in. Now it's hot this morning. It's probably about 6:30, 6:45. It's already hot, but that's alright. I'll work on this a couple hours. Let me show you how I'm going to put these racks in here. Got them marked out where I want my pieces of pipe to go across. I'm going to level up a line. Yeah, mark. Now I'll do the same thing on the other side in just a minute. Now I'm going to stop the racks probably about here, because I can do something else up here to hang stuff in. So we want to go down every 4 inches. 8, 12. See, we don't want to get too close to the smoke out. The inlet is there. You see, let's go ahead and put one more up here. I didn't bring my short level. Now I'm going to take a short level and go across and mark it all out. And it'll make some sense here in just a few minutes. Alright, next step. Hole is marked. I got a couple of holes drilled. And this is that stainless steel tubing that I showed y'all a while back that I found. Now I hope I got enough. I think I do. And what we're going to do, find somewhere to put the camera. Let's see. Put it like this, maybe you can see. That's cut a little long. Put it in there. There we go, just like that. Now these racks will sit just like that, all the way up. Now the old smokehouse, the wooden one, I had these a little too close together. When I'd put stuff in and out, I'd knock it off sometimes, so I spread it out a little bit. Alright, I'm going to get some water and I'll get back with you when I get some more done. The heat is really picking up with the humidity more than the heat. And of course it looks like it's going to rain, so we'll be back in a little bit. Now it's starting to look like something. Oops. There we go. It's not perfectly exactly engineered straight, but we're not concerned about that. Alright, 2 different size racks. I think we'll do them like this so they don't overlap. Those big ones that overlap. Alrighty, just line them up like that. That'll hold a lot of jerky and a lot of fish and anything else I want to smoke. Now, if I can find it, I've got one more piece. It's not stainless, but we'll go straight across here with a solid heavy piece. Probably let it poke out on either side. And I have some solid stainless, small, like that little piece back there. I had to extend that. Next time I get the forge running, I'm gonna forge me some hanging hooks, hang bacon and stuff like that. So I'll get that done, and I got to get the vent. Got an idea for that, and I'll show you that when I get there. And we'll fix this hole here, And we're pretty close to having the first fire in there. Test it out. By George, I think we've got it. Alright, let me show you what we got. Built my little collar. Close that up. I got my 2 through rods to hang heavy stuff. And for vents, I didn't get fancy. I just put one on here. That's a piece of that same stainless. I just stuck it in there. And did the same thing over there. Got 1 vent on either side. I think that'll be plenty. If it's not, I can always add another one. Fix me a little latch. Had the deer handle door handle. There we go. I'm not sure how this plastic is going to do being heated, but we'll see. If I need to, I can cut it off of there. Just cut it off with the side grinder, and I've got a piece of something stainless, I think it is, or aluminum, whatever it is. I think it'll cover that if I have to. But there we go. Now I'm going to spray it down good with this, with these seals and all. See what they got moldy. Spray a whole entire thing down. Clean it good. Hose it out. And then here in, as soon as it dries in a little while, then we're going to build a fire and see what we got. And then we'll worry about painting and all that another day, because it's hot, hot, hot. And there comes a thunderstorm all back in there. And let me show you who is out at the road. Maybe post this up tonight, maybe. That is the AT&T truck. Alright. The outdoor kitchen won't be done when this is finished. Not all the way done by no means, but this was the biggest obstacle. Alright, let me get it cleaned up, and then I'll show you what it looks like when the fire gets all clean. First fire. Whoop. Move that plastic bucket, I guess. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh, put the thermometer in. I just washed it all down, so that concrete's wet. That's why it's doing that, I think. Alright, let's close it up. And see what happens. With that fire, that's the way I start all my smoker fires, with charcoal. And when it gets a good coal bed, then I'll start laying logs on there. Smoking wood, oak wood or pecan or whatever I got. Right now I've got plenty of oak and pecan, so we'll let it get going and see what we got. Alright, let's take a look, see. It's been burning about 45 minutes or so. I don't have a big fire in there, just a small. Yeah, I've got a couple pieces of wood. Alright, the only problem I see so far is right here. Just get me another latch like that one and put another latch down there to hold that tight. Thermometer says about 120 degrees. Which of course the bigger the fire, it'll get hotter, but between 100 and 150 is as hot as I want it anyway, because it's not a cooker, it's a smoker. It's smoked fish and jerky and bacon, that kind of stuff. You don't want it raging hot in there, not like an oven. So let's open it up and see how much smoke we got in there. The vents are venting. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, so far I don't see any problem with that plastic being there. we'll just let it go because it's still wet. It's got to dry from when I washed it out. So we'll just let this fire burn on down. I'm happy with that. I don't see any problems. But if anything comes up, I'll tell you about it. And the knife shop will be opened up again in the morning. This is actually Sunday. I'm not supposed to be doing a whole lot today, but I will. I wanted to get this finished. I've been wanting to get this forever. And sometimes you just got to stop and take time and do what's got to be done. Alright, next step out here will be, I'm going to put a couple of shelves up here to hold some wood. I can separate my wood, my hickory and my oak and my pecan, that kind of stuff. And I'm going to get the concrete rocket stove set up somewhere. I have 2 big of the fish cooker burners. I'm going to set one of those up out here, probably permanent. Probably that one. And still don't know what we're going to do about the sink. If nothing else, I'm going to have to build a new cabinet or something, because that one's starting to come apart. And let's see, these 2 grills here, I think are just fine where they're at. And I'll have got to put some kind of a table somewhere to set stuff on. But that's little things compared to this. This was one of the major things I wanted to get done. Alright, see the temperature's climbing just a little bit. That's okay. Alright, I'm sweaty, stinky, hot, getting hungry. So, thank y'all for watching. Hope this didn't run too long. Thank you for your support. And I will see you from the knife shop here in a couple days. Got to get that TV antenna put back up too. Oh, going it always something.